It's the last 2 weeks of school and I'm pretty much just finishing up the work that I have to do. So right now it's April 22nd, Tuesday, which is my last day to submit the assignments of last week, and then my official last week of school will be starting Wednesday, so just the next day. And that will be finals, everything that we have to do. I will definitely go over the final grades that I get, what were the ultimate classes that I was taking, and what that means for me, I guess, and what we're going to do after the bachelor's. So I'm going to finish this 4 to 5 page essay for epidemiology, and then we are going to continue from there. And hopefully we can finish that today because it is also due today. Alrighty, and let me try to begin. I know I'm like literally in the same spot, but it is a new day. I finally decided to take a look at my schedule about, this last week of school and like what I need to get done. So I'm basically working on 3 classes this quarter, which is current trends, epidemiology, and health science research. And that class is a lot of research. So for the final, I was under the impression that it would be an actual exam, like A, B, C, which one's the right one, but it is not. It is actually a 4 to 5 paged essay for health research science, 4 to 5 paged essay for current trends, as well as a 10 to 12 slide presentation, and then surprisingly a discussion board for epidemiology. But yeah, would have been easier if it was an exam, honestly. I feel like writing papers takes so much more brain power than what I really am trying to put out here. But let's get started. I wanted to take you guys through this unboxing because since I am in an online program at the college that I was attending, they went ahead and sent me my graduation gown and cap, which is something pretty exciting. I thought that I wasn't going to get one because I wasn't going to attend, so I am not walking for my graduation. I wanted to do something else, whether it was a trip or traveling out of the country, which, as you know, that unintentionally is going to happen. So I went ahead and I unboxed it, and I was just taking a quick look. I really appreciated the fact that, it's pretty much coming to an end. I'm on my last week, and it almost makes me feel a little bit nostalgic because there was so much work put into this. It makes me think back to when I first started. I was trying to accumulate those clinical hours. I was always in the library trying to study that initial anatomy that you have to learn, and the constant hours having to put in to study and to achieve those grades that you really want to, along with upgrading because it is necessary. I think it's crazy to think that I've come so far with the bachelor's in health science, pre-PA studies. I really had my mind set on this goal, and I still do. I've come to realize that life takes you in a lot of different directions, and sometimes it's not the one that you were necessarily hoping for. It's not a bad change, but it's very much just not the direction you thought you were headed in. I truly believe that life continuously changes, and I hope to change with it in a positive way. And I think accepting this change and accepting this move to Japan and not pursuing PA school at this particular moment, it's a decision that I've made that I feel okay with. You know, I put in all this hard work. This hard work wasn't for nothing. It definitely is for something, and I definitely do want to continue to pursue, you know, my career in medicine, because that is what I fell in love with, and I am still very much in love with it. So, you know, I've come to meet PAs and have honestly really awesome experiences with them, learn from them, see what else there is about becoming a PA, and it made me fall in love with the field, the career, the medicine, the patients. It just made me fall in love with everything even more, and it reinforced the fact that that's what I wanted to do with my life, and it is. I think right now though, life is taking me in a different direction, and I don't think it's maybe such a bad thing. I did a lot of thinking, and I want to take it as a blessing in disguise type of thing, because the past 2.5 years have been really, I don't want to say they were like a struggle, but there was times where I did struggle, and there was times where I was really down, you know, and I wasn't feeling great. And even my other video, I spoke specifically about burnout. And the thing with burnout, or at least in my experience, was that it's not like burnout is like a consistent thing over time. It's, for me anyways, it was like, oh, I was good for like 2 months, and then the next 2 months were absolutely horrible, where I just didn't want to do the work. I was not necessarily being late on assignments, but I was turning them in like right at the 11:59 dot, because I was procrastinating, because I was burnt out. I didn't want to read anymore. I just didn't want to do it. And that's just what it comes down to. You know, it's not that I necessarily lacked the motivation to do my work. It's just when you're doing it consistently every day and you're working, you still have home responsibilities, you're still trying to get clinical hours, you're still trying to volunteer while doing all of that. It's a lot. It's a lot for one person to do. I'm not saying it's not impossible for those of you who are wanting to pursue to become a physician assistant. It is not impossible. You can very much do it. I did it. However, I do think it's important to, you know, focus on your mental health. Like it's just so real, and I don't know how to emphasize it any more than that. Mental health is something you really need to take care of while you're studying. Maybe this is a blessing in disguise, where these past 2.5 years, right after I was going to submit the PA application and then go right into PA school if I got accepted. So maybe this is the universe telling me like, hey, you need to take a mental break. You need to take a break. You need to rest. You need to have some me time. I'm very excited about this. At first, I will say I wasn't. I was a little sad. I'm in that work mentality where I'm like, go, 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 go. Like, you know your goals, you know what you want to achieve, like go for it, go for it, go for it, go for it. But there was no rest during that time. So I was losing it. Even though my life as a student is ending, I just want to say thank you to those who stayed for my journey, and, you know, when I was a medical assistant, and then when I decided to jump for my bachelor's, and now I'm finishing it. And, you know, it's awesome that, you know, I'm finishing it. I am getting the degree, but also that you guys were able to join me along with it. I hope that you guys can stay for this next chapter of my life, where it's going to be completely different, but I want to share it. I want to tell you guys what's going on, and I want to be able to share the fact that maybe not everything works out the way you want it to, but maybe everything does happen for a reason. And even then, If you're not really a believer in everything happens for a reason, then believe in your choices and believe in yourself that that was a choice you made. And if you believe that's the best choice for you, then you do that and you pursue that. Sorry for my little rant, but it's gonna be okay. And I will see you guys in my next video.